The control room should be off to the right. I hope we're doing the right thing.
Processing data secure.
Three switches. That'll be easy enough.
Systems are
Here they come! That's the last of them! Here they come!
I'm in security, but searching.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
All
Here
systems
they come! That's the last of them. One to go. If we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens to the veil? Incoming!
Investigate.
Away, Phantom! You're not real. You're not real. No, just leave me alone. You're not real! You're not real! Get away from me, Phantom! Shoot! Scram! You can talk? The Phantom's never talked before. I knew I shouldn't have eaten that sprat raw. See? See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting. Clearly, I mistook you for one of the phantoms of my imagination, which terrorized me on occasion. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder. Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna critic, Aetherwave personality, chairman of the board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant. I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries, repaired them, maintained, upgraded, did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section. Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons. You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead. Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you.
Once we do this, there's no going back. Excuse me, ma'am. Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do? I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished. Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow, she's talked the ground into giving life again. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred? Well, that sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way. Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something. Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order. Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
It's okay.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it? You want my flock wasting their lives in that cannery? Fine. Go and talk to them. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management. You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Or you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together. Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater. Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil has whispered its secrets to me, and I alone know how to breathe life back into the earth. The secret is human corpses. I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. The human body is rich with nutrients. Edgewater Cemetery's got corpses aplenty. Enough for a generation's worth of crops. My son worked in that cannery. We had a store of medicine locked away. So I buried my...
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead. Whoa, Miss Parvati. Hey, you're, what, how are you? Hi, hello.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no. I'm just along with this lady here.
I've seen you wandering around here. You don't look like you're coming from town. Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair. I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering?
Those are good.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. Would you? I've been thinking about going back. I get sick thinking about working. I mentioned those manuals on mechanical engineering. I've been thinking about... I mean... Luck, Mo...
Otters can't see us in the dark.
The matter's been... I'm staying put until I know what's become of Zoe.
This is a fine day, friend. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way. Then we are at an impasse. I am not perfect. I am a Spacer's Choice man. I don't believe you. You are disparaged. We are a Spacer's... I don't understand. The soil's gone sour. Company said... You'll excuse me for being skeptical? And when you say... What a remarkably efficient solution. You're right. I am being obstinate. If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and... My life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me. A couple months ago, I might have put in for a transfer. It's a big no such thing as an honorable resignation. I have always tried to do...
Look at that. The snake's come back. I never thought I'd see the day. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here. You're telling me you did all this just to put me in charge of Edgewater? I might turn that old cannery into a garden. I need some time to gather my personals.
You crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways. What? You mean Adelaide's little congregation of nature-loving nobodies? I could not possibly be less interested in them. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen. Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong. I'm great at... no? And no serial dramas. I've been thinking about going back. I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose.
I'm not in the lightest of humor. Didn't think she'd go back so long. If Adelaide's go... We didn't always get along, but... Zoe joined up with a band of marauders. You pretty much did my job. Let me know if I can do something for you.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. And what are you doing here? Visiting? Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. I'm dying.
Don't say that, Mr.
I'd steer clear, Ms. It's plague. You are? I'll pay your fees. I don't... There's a cache and I need you to You oblige me with your haste. Just keep your head down when you're in there.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy. Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. All I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town. How do I put this gently? I probably shouldn't tell you. All right. Here's a summary. Can't reach out to... That's all.
I cut my own hair. But Conrad sells real good disinfectant.
Please don't touch anything. Physical hygiene. We don't believe in free and... I'm Conrad. You will also report to me in the event of your death. Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had... As broke as pie crust, I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the... With what? Tell Silas I can't afford to pay. Some time ago, I fell ill. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. Not a bad idea. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm...